We must brace ourselves for this bombshell. Sources are indicating that the SEC are likely now to reject the Ethereum ETF in May. We know that this is a major blow to investors picking up Ethereum and hoping of this ETF approval. But in today's video, we're going to look at that possible rejection, thoughts from 𝗕𝗓𝗂𝗧, and an important update that he has put out regarding the ETF. Then of course we are crucially going to look at its price action in a potential area where may just be the critical area to get into Ethereum. We've got a lot to cover off today, guys. Let's not waste any more time and get straight on into it. So VanEck, of course, have now came out and said that they do expect the Ethereum ETF to be rejected. Check this out.
And all eyes now really on Ethereum and whether there's an ETF in the US to market. I know you've got an Ethereum exchange traded product here in Europe, but are you planning to launch anything in the US for an Ethereum ETF?
We're first to file as well for Ethereum in the US, and we and 𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘 are kind of the first in line for May, I guess, to probably be rejected. So
you're not expecting the SEC to approve those?
No.
No.
I mean, the way the legal process goes is the regulators will give you comments on your application, and that happened for weeks and weeks before the Bitcoin ETFs, and right now pins are dropping as far as Ethereum is concerned.
So with the impending rejection, we can also see this on-chain for Ethereum. When we do head over to memberships.𝗕𝗘𝗪𝗔𝗥𝗘.io, that is of course linked in the description down below. Take advantage of the memberships here by coming over to the data zone and into the data portal, where we are going to look at the wallet counts, and we can clearly see this in terms of the whales with Ethereum. They are simply not yet buying Ethereum. They're not stacking up the bags ready for this ETF. We will see this on chain with the wallet counts dramatically picking to the upside. We would of course see the wallets holding over 1,000 Ethereum jump, the wallets holding over 10,000 Ethereum jump, and the wallets holding over 1,000 Ethereum jumping to the upside. But what we have seen since April of 2023, another drop to the downside in wallets holding vast amount of Ethereum. The wallets holding over 1,000, 10,000, 100,000 have been dropping to the downside. We can see this reflecting across all of these different amounts. The wallets holding over 10,000, a dramatic pullback, with 1,115 wallets holding over 10,000 Ethereum, and the wallets holding over 100,000 has dropped to 105 wallets. So with the insiders that we are likely to know are going to have knowledge before the ETF is of course released, they're simply not buying yet in vast amounts. When we start to see these wallets pick to the upside, that's when we will know we are on the cusp of the ETF to be launched, to be approved, however you want to term it. So we've not yet seen that on chain, and I would expect to see that tick to the upside. But this of course leads us with a fantastic possibility. We may still see Ethereum come on down, find some supports at some very interesting levels, ones that we have been watching for quite a while. And when we do look at the weekly chart, well, we can see Ethereum is slowly bringing itself down towards that area that we have been watching. The trend line, which has been resistance from April of 2023, tested again in January of 2024, has been the resistance area until it was broke in February of this year, then was found as support. From there we have pushed to the upside, with Ethereum hitting $4,093 on this Binance weekly chart. But from there we have seen the pullback coming on down to $3,056.56. Have we seen the worst of it? Is there potentially still some more to come? Well, we do see across multiple points here, there is a very interesting area for Ethereum to potentially come down and visit. Coming down to revisit this area, which has been resistance for a long time, turning it into support, we would like to see the price come down to test this. Roughly this week, that would be $2,957. It doesn't look possible on this weekly candle, but over time we may see this market slip to the downside. And looking at another point of support, the move we have seen ever since October this year, we have been finding this area as support on this push to the upside, coming back down to test out this yellow line find a bit of support on here, we could see this coincide with that upper trend line, and at that point the magical number may just be $3,023.56. That may just be the magic level to be getting into Ethereum before we may see that ETF launched. If we do see Ethereum come down to that $3,000 level, I do think we will see a tremendous amount of buying pressure. Now we can take a note of the stochastic positionings. Right here behind my head, we can see the stochastic is starting to bring itself towards the downside, currently sitting around about 40%. This may still have more to go. The stochastic momentum is showing that the pressure is to the downside. This may be coming to an end, but ultimately the pressure on the stochastic momentum is still to the downside. May this continue? That would be great. We want to see that price come down. Each and every investor wants to buy Ethereum cheaper than it is right now. I think that is a given. But we were also told this a couple of weeks ago by the 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗏. We can see right here on the 𝗕𝗓𝗪𝗏, the week of the 18th of March, this told us that we should be looking to go short. Confirmed, of course, the next again week of the 25th of March. We were told that momentum was indeed to the downside, that the buying pressure was not there, that the sell-off was occurring, and that has not changed. We are still to the downside. We would want to see this one continue for a few more weeks, and we may just see that magical number of $3,023 hit. A drop down to this point could be fantastic and a great point for us all to be getting more Ethereum. I would love to buy more. I think that's going to do tremendously well. We've previously spoke about the higher potential targets, the 6,000, the 10, the 12, the 20,000. I do think we're going to see a tremendous increase in the price of Ethereum, but VanEck are expecting that ETF to be rejected. That could of course spur this sell-off, this drop to the downside, to test out that $3,000 level. It may go worse. We're going to keep our eyes on that one. We're going to look for the key point to get into Ethereum. I have been buying Ethereum. I will continue to buy more. I do believe there's going to be a tremendous increase in Ethereum's price. Simply looking at the Bitcoin spot ETFs, we know there's over $12 billion flown into that ETF since it did launch. We would expect to see the same, if not more, for the Ethereum ETF when that is launched. And at that point, we will see a dramatic demand for the Ethereum coin. And we know the supply, the demand, we're going to see a heavy increase in its price. I'm banking on that one. I think we're going to see tremendous gains for Ethereum. However, the offset of that is, of course, a delay, a further delay for the Ethereum ETF, likely now to be rejected in May. That may take some more time to come, but it leads an opportunity to each and everyone to pick up more Ethereum. Let me know your take on all things Ethereum ETF in the comment section down below, and when do you expect the ETH ETFs to be approved? It would be fantastic to hear. Yesterday I gave an interesting look at 𝗕𝗓𝗪 on the long term that may have over 400% in gains. That video of course is right here. I encourage you to head on over and check it out.